Hey guys, this is Tony from Miss Kinderhearted, and finishing up set number 1, first grade word works. I thought it would be much easier for me to create a video, an explanation video, rather than write up a bunch of written information for you guys to read. So I hope you learn some things from this. I did create this product. I've thought through every little scenario, and I think I can help you really utilize it to its fullest capacity. Okay, so first of all, there's a lesson plan explained sheet you need to look at. It kind of just, all this may look like really confusing unless you read it. The format's really different from the kindergarten set. So I really encourage you to watch the first grade demonstration video, but really read over this and kind of, become familiar with it before you get in front of your students. Okay, I wanted to show you something here and talk about differentiation. I really like this set because it is definitely harder than the kindergarten set, but it also even provides opportunities for your highest level learners to be challenged. The counting words skill is one I really fought with adding here, but I had so many teachers suggest it. I thought of it more as a kindergarten skill. But apparently it's still needed, or so many teachers wouldn't have emailed me and everything. So I included it, and I will continue to include it with all these skills. If this is too easy or even too challenging, any of the skills too challenging, you as the teacher can decide whether to include it, to leave it out, to maybe add it later. That is your responsibility, and that you know your students. So if counting words is way too easy, not even worth the time, just leave it out. But anyway, the differentiation part, of course they count the words, but here, can you make a sentence with that many words? So once they've counted the words in the sentence, this one has 4 words, students will have to think about and create their own sentence with 4 words. And as you may have seen in the demonstration video, those are 2 really high level learners. At first they struggle with that, and they struggle with some other skills. So this set really allows for differentiation. So just think about that. The format from the kindergarten set is really different. If you gave your first graders 2 pictures to choose from, it would be not nearly challenging enough. So I used the stars, and I chose stars because I thought it was pretty universal for doing a good job. There's also numbers if you prefer numbers, but I thought it may become confusing if there's so many numbers. But you can choose that, maybe you prefer numbers. But so there are 4 places to get stars. And on the lesson plan, I gave you suggestions. So when you put up the picture of the cat, think of a word that rhymes with cat. Well, actually, the very first one, if you have high-level learners, if you have a high ability group, or if you've done this skill so many times, they're really familiar with it, they may be able to think of 4 words that rhyme. You may want to start the year off, though, with the suggestions on the lesson plan of possible rhyming words. So what I would do in the beginning would be to, provide 2 rhyming words to earn this star, 2 rhyming words to earn this star, and then maybe let them, produce 2 rhyming words to get the last 2 stars. Or, you may just, it depends on, if you see a student you want to call on. If it's a low-level student, I may say, oh, okay, James, let's choose. Which word rhymes with cat? Bat or ball? Or if it's a high-level student, you might already expect them to know to be able to provide a rhyming word. So that's kind of goes with the differentiation. And down here, so once they've counted syllables, can you think of another word with that many syllables? Now, that's pretty tough, unless they've just memorized one, in which case, if they always use the same one, you could tell them, oh, well, let's think another one. We used that one the other day. So that differentiation is really good with your high-level learners. You may notice in the demonstration video that my little helper came up and he identified all of the vowel sounds. like I said, they're high-level learners. They know how to do that. But your students will not know how to do that in the beginning. So you'll have to, like I said, like what you'll need to do is you'll need to think aloud. Okay? Think aloud and say, and demonstrate before they ever have the opportunity to come and say, well, boys and girls, did you know that syllables depends on how many vowel sounds there are in a word? Like oh, there's a vowel sound. Let me underline that. Sh, ah. Oh, ah, that's a vowel sound. I'm going to underline that. And then the E does not make a sound in that word. Sh, an. I do not hear the E. So, sunshine has two vowel sounds, so it has 2 syllables. And you'll see that in the demonstration video, and that will make more sense. But like I said, they're not going to know how to do that in the beginning, so you're going to have to demonstrate that for quite some time before you ask your students to do that. So that's another way, and that's also a Common Core standard, is for students to recognize that the number of syllables depends on how many vowel sounds. So, and the same with your beginning sounds. To earn the first star, I would have them identify the beginning sound. So in bear, what's the first sound in the word bear? A student says B, so you give them a star. And then I gave you some suggestion words on the lesson plans for these 2 stars. And the last one, I would have them produce a word that starts with a B sound. Now, you know, as they get better, you won't even need to use those suggested words there. You'll just ask them to produce all 3 beginning sound words. And however your group is, it depends on your group. My plans are suggestions, and they're there for those teachers that need them. If you have a high ability group, you will not need to do that. Same here, the first star in ending sounds, the first star would be identifying the ending sound, and then they would give 2, I gave you the 2 suggestion sets on the plans, and then the last one, they would produce a word with that ending sound. Okay, counting sounds. You'll see in the video that the word was goat. And before I ever show the word, they had to blend the phonemes, and that is Common Core standard. What word do you hear? G, O, T. And when a student, puts their thumb up or raises their hand and says the word goat, that's when I say, yes, it was the word goat. I turn it over. Now, boys and girls, let's see how many sounds are in the word goat. Let's finger spell that word and count the sounds. G, O, T. Oh, 3 sounds. Now here goes back the differentiation. Can you think of another word with that many sounds? And in the beginning, your students will not be able to do that. So you'll need to think aloud. Oh, I wonder about the word cat or the word bat. Think aloud, and eventually your students will be able to do that too, but don't let them use the same words over and over. Say, oh, yeah, we thought of that one yesterday. Let's try to think of another word with 3 sounds. You have to get the blending part in first before you go on to the segmenting part. So don't forget that, because that'll be part of your routine. Okay, last, let's go down to sound games, and this is sound manipulation. And what you'll notice first of all, Leela, what you'll first notice is that I began with the lesson plans. The first 15 days have deleting and manipulating the initial sound of the word. Like the word bend, to earn the first star. In the word bend, to earn the first star, they had to know what the word bend without the B is, and that's the word in. The next one, they had to change the sound, the beginning sound, change, and change. Now, after 15 days, it changes over to deletion of the ending sound. And you'll see that on the plan, so don't be confused. Don't think they're always going to work on beginning sounds, because they're not. It's going to go from beginning sounds to final sounds, and then after that, it will go to middle sounds, so that would be changing the vowel sounds around. And then it'll be a mixture of all 3, so it'll change every day. So that's the set. I'm trying to think and make sure I haven't left anything out. Remember to differentiate. Use it the way that you feel it needs to be used. You are the teacher. I did create it, but that doesn't mean I know how it best suits your students. So if you have any questions, always email me, and I really hope you enjoy this product. Thank you.